It is awesome.
Just think about it. We've been looking at the three of us for 7 years.
It's terrifying. That's why Judah can't sleep. Judah, you sleep well, don't you?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's got nothing.
Babies.
It's got nothing to do with me. The lack of sleep, I can assure you that.
Happy Easter, Stephanie.
Happy Easter, Stephanie.
Good Friday morning, guys. My name is Jerry Miller, and thank you kindly for joining us on a hoptastic edition of Real Talk with Keith Smith. The show is hopping into the weekend, and we may nibble on a ratings milestone today, as the Easter Bunny may be gracing us with his presence on the I Love CVille Network. The show is presented by Yes Realty Partners. If you need trusted advisors to help you buy and sell real estate, Keith and Yonna Smith have been doing it since 1987. By my math, and that's boy math, that's 39 years.
Coming up on 40.
Almost 40 years of this world we call real estate. And it's a wacky and wild world, and they bring a metronome of consistency to real estate, ladies and gentlemen. We encourage you, the viewer and listener, to join us in the discussion. Offer your comments in the feed, and we will relay them live on air. I think today's show is going to be a lot of fun. And it's going to be a lot of fun because the star of our program, the namesake of the show, Keith Smith, is one that is a gentleman that is willing to do just about anything and everything for his loved ones, including resemblance of the Easter Bunny today for some grandkiddos that may or may not watch Real Talk with Keith Smith.
They're watching today.
They're watching today. I figured that was happening today.
They're watching today.
Judah Woodcower, studio camera, and I'm proud to welcome my friend Keith Smith to the broadcast, who is hopping into the weekend, who is nibbling. Nibble. My friend, you look fantastic.
Brother? Good to see you. Good to see you today. Happy Easter, everybody. Happy Passover, everybody. I think we're in the middle of Passover at the moment, and today is Good Friday, and we're about ready to have an awesome weekend, Easter weekend. So do me a favor, drop into the feed, into Jerry's feed or anything. What is your Easter traditions? What do you guys usually do for Easter? And we'll start off with you, Jerry. What do you usually do for
Easter, one of the most beloved holidays in our household. My wife is just an amazing woman who celebrates every holiday as if it is the first and last holiday possible. And that's Christmas.
I think she does everything like
Thanksgiving. That's Easter. That's St. Patty's Day. That's our anniversary. Every single birthday, the red carpet is rolled out for whoever's birthday is upon us. 4th of July. She's amazing. She understands what it means to live in the moment. I sincerely mean that. And Easter in the Miller family is a big one as well. The Easter Bunny graces us with his presence. He often is found hopping throughout the Miller household, leaving white footprints on our hardwood floors. When the boys wake up in the morning, they'll follow the Easter Bunny tracks on the hardwood floor.
Oh, God, she goes all out.
And the Easter Bunny footprints lead from...
Didn't you whitewash your floors, though?
They will show up. We white oaked our floors.
That's it.
They look absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. You can do black glue.
Oh, they'll show up.
She'll do something.
They absolutely show up. The white footprints show up very well, white oak floors. And they lead from the boys' room, at least they did last year, from the boys' bedrooms to our grand room, our hangout large area where the big screen television is and where we spend most of our time in. The boys will follow the tracks. They'll see the nibbled and enjoyed carrots. Maybe some other vegetables that the Easter Bunny had pleasure eating. Then there's going to be the most significant Easter Bunny gifts possible. Not just baskets stuffed with candy and Reese's and eggs.
And what time does this start on Sunday?
But presents extraordinaire.
When can we show up?
It's pretty. It's a junior version of Christmas in the Miller household.
Oh my God! Yeah. Wow.
It is a mini Christmas in the Miller household.
We do a lot of stuff for Easter, but I think you win. Lauren
It's not
It's not a competition,
yeah.
but that's a lot. Easter for the Keith and Yonna, just to talk a little personal stuff, is super important to Yonna and I because we met on her birthday in March, and between when we met And we did this whole marriage thing. We've only been together for 3 months. And in the middle was Easter, and we went to Greece on a trip for Easter. So, if you know anything about Greece or the Greek traditions, Easter is like, there's a reason they call it C&E, Christmas and Easter, right? Easter is huge, and it was this big thing, and we got to do this. So on the Smith side, with Yonna and I, Easter is very important to us. It's our little romantic connection we do every year. So we always try to spend a little bit one-on-one time, even though when we had the kids, to go ahead and celebrate Easter, because that was our little spark. But just think about that. Yonna and I only knew each other for 3 months before we got married. And the other part of it was I made this young, gorgeous woman leave Europe and all her family to go hang out with a guy that gets dressed up with bunny ears and talks on.
I think what we
talks on
should
the
do
show.
is two things, producer, and I'm not telling, director, I'm not trying to tell you how to do your job, but I will in this particular circumstance. I think you should take Keith Smith's one shot and pull the framing out so the entire ears are in the frame. Currently, they are cut off. And I also think while you're doing that, Keith Smith should stand in front of this television here as you go to the studio camera so we can see Keith Smith's The Easter Bunny in full. So if you could stand here, go to the studio camera, and then in the meantime, I mean, this is such as the nature of being a general at your business here. There he is right there. I think he looks fantastic right there. Very Roger Rabbit-esque.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what this outfit was really.
I thought Roger Rabbit immediately.
It's not.
Can you hop up and down as well? Well, are you willing to do
You're gonna ask
that?
the guy with 12 busted vertebrae. You're gonna ask the guy with the.
Your grandkids are watching.
Right, there you
There
go.
we
I'm
go.
not hopping.
Do it for your
That's
grandkids.
my version.
There we go.
Of hey guys, how you doing?
I love it. I
All
saw
right.
Roger Rabbit.
Roger Rabbit. It could be Roger Rabbit.
Did you see Roger Rabbit, viewers and listeners? Judah?
So that's a great thing. What's your most favorite rabbit Easter movie? But Roger Rabbit's pretty
Space Jam, Roger Rabbit.
cool. Space Jam. Space Jam's an Easter movie? I don't think
Space
so.
Jam has a bunny. It's not an Easter movie.
Well, that's Bugs Bunny.
Yeah,
It
are
was
there
the
many
bunny.
Easter movies?
Oh God, I'm sure there are. I can't think of any at the particular moment. But
I want to say happy Easter to Stephanie Wells Rhodes as well,
Thanks,
of
Stephanie.
the Intrastate Service Company family. Stephanie's an amazing human being.
There you go.
She has a wonderful family. I want to commend Stephanie. She'll appreciate this. I'm a parent. She's a parent. So any positive words we hear about our kids, I think, makes our hearts full. I see Stephanie, your daughter, who's a teacher at a local school, at the school pickup line when I'm picking up our second grader. She, I believe, is she a first grade teacher, Stephanie? I believe a first grade teacher, your daughter? And she has an amazing way with her students. I watch your daughter and all the teachers interacting with the kids in the pickup line right outside school, and they're having fun. They're just, the sense of community at this school is tangible and palpable. It's just a safe place. It's a honest place. It's a God-fearing place. It's a positive place. It's a challenging academic place. It's an athletic, focused place. A lot of outside time. And Stephanie, you would be so proud of your daughter. I just want to say that. I genuinely see her a few times a week, briefly, for a handful of minutes, interacting with her students in the pickup line. And Corinne has got the gift of being an A-plus teacher. I sincerely mean that.
Look at you, man.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Outstanding.
I love watching, and that's one of the things I admire about you, Keith, is and Judah, I love watching, as a social voyeur, human beings
Interacting with other humans.
interacting with other human beings and pursuing their passion professionally. You clearly are tailor-made for what you do. And when you do what you do, you are doing it at a level of excellence consistently. And I admire excellence in any line of work.
Well, thank you. But I just try to have fun in what we do, because if you don't have fun in what you do, and you can't help people, that's what we're in. We're in the business of helping people achieve their dreams and goals. It's pretty awesome. Talk about goals and dreams. As a child of the '60s and the '70s, did anybody watch Armistice? No, hold on. Am I saying that right? Is it Armistice?
Armistice.
What's that?
What do you?
The rocket to the moon.
Oh,
Artemis. That's it. Not arm, but
Yeah.
Artemis. As one.
job, Judah.
Thank you, Judah. Thank
Thank
you
you,
for
Judah.
keeping Keith squared away, the bunny rabbit squared away. To me, it was just an awesome thing. I just wish it was a lot more out there. But I remember as a young boy watching the Apollo mission, all the Apollo missions, but particularly the 111 to the moon. Everybody was glued to the television. This was a big thing. It was really super cool to watch it, and I'm a little bit geeked out. I got the which you did not have in '69, but I got the NASA app on my phone, and I'm tracking the.
How are they doing?
They're doing great. I mean, they've done their just think about this commitment level, right? They've done their whatever this burn is called, which is shooting them to the moon. So they're it. That's it. They're on a 3 to 4 day trajectory to the moon. That they're committed to a loop around the moon, and I think they're going to ultimately be the furthest humans to go into space ever. That's pretty cool, man. All this stuff that's going on in the world and stuff that people aren't, you're in this tribe, I'm in that tribe, you're in this. Just think about this. This is a pretty awesome thing that 4 humans are in outer space going to loop around the moon and come back. And if you want to compare 69 to now, it's very interesting because I looked at it. What was going on in 69? We were in a war in Vietnam.
Okay.
Economy wasn't all that good.
Yeah.
People were divided.
Yeah.
There was riots.
Yeah.
We had Martin Luther King was assassinated. Robert F. Kennedy was assassinated in that. So we have all these kind of similarities, not necessarily similarities, but the world was very similar back then as far as
There's parallels.
to that. And I just thought that
Got a war in Iran, war in Vietnam. I would say the country is divided right now. I would say that,
it was big time divided in '69.
Yeah, and
the only difference was you had 3 TV channels. That's where you got all your news from.
and now you got social media.
Now you got a gazillion
Yeah.
channels to get your social media. That's the big impact in it. But I was just thinking about that as I was dressing up and putting my bow tie. It's a clip-on, by the way.
My wife asked this question of me. What is the idea behind sending more astronauts to the moon?
So
Yeah.
what they're doing is they're trying to prep for a moon base,
Right? Yep.
to use the launch to Mars.
Right. And my response was, Americans, historically, we have a pursuit of.
We have a Canadian here now. This is multinational.
Right.
There's a Canadian first woman.
Let's say humans. Humans
Okay.
in general have this pursuit of manifest destiny. We're exploratory by DNA and nature, and this pursuit of space is similar to a gold rush or our colonization of the West 150 some years ago. No difference.
I'm just trying to figure out how to set up an office. That's all.
I think you figured that out. He's trying to turn on his computer. Don't forget your laptop charger. You didn't bring it today.
I've got it at full battery.
And Stephanie, I sincerely mean that. She's excellent. And as a parent, I know what it's like now. You don't really know what it's like until you become a parent of the positive words about your kids and what it does for you, regardless of their age.
So most underrated, underpaid.
Stay-at-home mom or the teacher? Both. Yeah. Right?
Hey, Jerry, how you doing?
Yeah.
The scary thing is you knew exactly what I was going to say.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I know you well. Well, your daughter.
Well, teachers, right? Underpaid. It's
Yep.
a tough job. And stay-at-home moms for sure. I mean, I think at one point somebody did an analysis that if you paid somebody for what they do, it was like some, what CEOs get paid and all that kind of great
The
stuff.
stay-at-home parent, goodness gracious, has got to be the hardest job out there. And I see it firsthand with my wife with a 3-year-old, this tiny little emotional and a little boss that you can't negotiate with.
Oh, that's Zach.
As Zachary, every day you're trying to figure out a way to make that day go the right way.
It never ceases to amaze me how two children from the same set of parents can be so completely
Our
different.
two boys embody that.
It's just, my two daughters do it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm watching my grandchildren doing it, you know, and I love being a parent. I love being a grandparent. I really love being a grandparent. That's like the coolest thing. And when any blessings you get there one day. So, you know, I just, there were such similarities between the two. It dawned on me. I thought about this as I was getting dressed this morning. I said, wow, you know, this, you know, the world, you know, other than this instant media stuff we have now, the world was kind of the same way, you know. You know, there back in those days, you know, everybody was afraid we were a button away from, you know, the world getting blown up on that. So I just think, you know, all this $4.15 a gallon.
Well,
gas,
I was going to ask you that.
Well, it's weird because the lake is $4.15. I drove in this morning over here. It was $3.90.
It's $4.19 at the Bel Air on Ivy Road.
Yeah, you know.
Judah, did you see that? $4 plus. Where was it when you were driving in town, Judah?
Oh, well, last night I could have sworn that
Are you on 3-Shot?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
I could have sworn I saw like $3.95, and I was like, whoa, that's amazing. But I was heading to my parents' house for dinner. So after I left, I stopped at the gas station, and when I went inside, gave him some money for my gas, went back to pump and looked at the cost, and it was like $4.19.
Yeah, it's $4.19 now.
What happened?
He changed it from when you went to the cashier to the.
No. Between like the couple hours or so that I was there.
Well, when Trump, this is not about politics. On Thursday, was it Thursday? No, it was Wednesday.
When he did the thing,
20 minutes when he addressed the nation, and we're not talking politics here. He made it clear that it was going to continue, and that's when gas escalated. That's when oil escalated.
Yeah, so that's. I had somebody ask me the other day, well, if we're producing more oil here in the United States than what we need, how come our gas is so high? Problem is, oil is now a world market thing. So what happens in the world impacts oil. You know, only time will tell. You know, I can tell you, you know, since this is a real estate show.
Well, that's where I'm going to lead here, and viewers and listeners are offering comments. We'll highlight some of them that are watching the program.
Yeah, I'd really love to hear about your Easter and Passover traditions. But real estate's not slowing down. We're at 115 pending in the last 7 days. We're now at 133. There was a spot last week that we went to 150 new listings in 1 week. It was last Friday. I've been tracking this for 7 years. I've never seen anything like that. We've been hovering roughly between 115 and 130 for the last 3 to 4 weeks of new homes coming on the market every 7 days. We've been hovering somewhere around 110 to 120 pendings. So it's a pretty close, you know, 1-to-1 ratio. It's a little bit off. It's a little bit on the lesser side of it. So the tempo hasn't changed, right? I'm, you know, $4.15 or $4.19 or $3.95 or $3.85. Do Gas Buddy app, by the way. It's a great app.
My wife uses that
to find out where gas is. It's kind of like Waze, right? People plug in. So
crowdsourcing gas prices.
There you go. Crowdsourcing gas prices. So you know, it's not impacting tempo. I don't know if it's impacting things like, are people still going out?
Well, but my question for you, I mean, I'm going to be very straightforward here. It's Good Friday here. I believe Corinne Stanley is now watching the program. I sincerely meant what I said, Corinne. See you at a school pickup, and how you and your colleagues interact with the students is heartwarming. It's fantastic. I'll just be straightforward here. Your gas at the Bel Air on Ivy Road, $4.19.
Yeah.
I don't know when I've seen gas.
It was literally $3.90 when I turned the corner.
With a 4 handle, it's been years for for a four-handle with
I
gas.
don't think we ever got to a four-handle.
Didn't we see it during the Biden administration, Judah?
Don't think we ever got to a four-handle. I remember.
You do a quick Google check on that for us, J-Dubs? Are you
remember-
three-shotted, Judah?
I remember we had very in-depth discussions, and then go back to this.
So you're saying we haven't seen it with
I don't think I've ever.
in the $4 range?
Somebody he'll figure it
I
out.
could have sworn we saw it during the Biden administration.
If it was very short.
Yeah.
Because I remember, this is part of the scary thing of doing this for 7 years. Yellow hands. Yellow hands. Got 2 yellow hands.
You do have 2 yellow hands. Those gloves look very good on you.
Thank you.
They complement the suspenders, blue bow tie, and the
The complexion.
Absolutely.
How about
yeah.
the complexion? I got to work on the tan.
Yeah.
Remember, we had this whole conversation about will it impact the other side of the mountain, right? Will $4 a gallon impact? We haven't had that conversation yet since we actually hit $4 a gallon. Somebody out there will correct us if I'm wrong, but I do not remember us. If we got to $4, it was a blip and then went back down. We were in the upper threes for a long time, though. I remember that.
Well, I mean, the question I have for you is...
But look, I got
right.
400.
What's that?
I've got, this is via Stacker, how gas prices have changed in Charlottesville. This is from, it was written a couple weeks ago, and the most expensive gas prices have been in recent history was 6/13/2022 when it hit 486.
46, yeah. That was the Biden administration.
Okay. I
Yeah.
stand corrected. I do not remember that.
Yeah. Here's
Well, that tells you everything
Some
that we
obvious headwinds here, Keith.
But the point is does everybody remember that? I mean, look, it didn't impact the market, but I'll let you go. I'll let you because I've got stats on pendings. Go ahead.
Okay, you got $4.19 at the Ivy on Bel Air. I'm just eye testing. You got interest rates knocking on 7. I spoke with a mortgage broker off the squash courts a couple of days ago and said we're over 7 now. It's over 7 on the rate.
Depends on your credit rating.
Yeah, he said right. I'm processing loans
Yeah.
that are over 7.
But he's processing loans at 7, right?
Yeah, you can buy down points. You can
My point
buy
is,
down the rate. With,
my point is he's still processing loans. People are still buying houses. You've got 448 homes.
I know you're bullish on this. Yeah, I get it.
It's not
I
bullish.
Get it.
I'm just reading the numbers.
Sure,
I'm reading
yeah.
the data.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean it isn't going to. I
That's
think
my point
Scott
here.
said it the other day.
Scott was a little more lukewarm than you are right now.
No, I'm just telling you where we are in the snapshot right now.
Yeah.
In the last 3 to 4 weeks, the market has not slowed down. In fact, the market is hitting tempos that we haven't seen in a very long time. Scott said was right, though. I think if this continues much more, another 30 or 60 days, I think it could impact it.
I mean, how can somebody afford to drive to and from Charlottesville if gasoline continues to get higher into the floors?
So I think that what is going to happen is what happened maybe the last time it's happened, and this is what I'm trying to figure out. It's not what's happening to the housing market, what's happening with everything else, right? So I was listening to an NPR thing.
Hey, you're saying they're just going to work from home more. That's what you're saying.
No, are they spending less money?
Of course.
Instead of
everywhere.
I'll tell you, is that really happening right now? I don't know if it's really happening right now.
Our food and beverage clients certainly say traffic has dropped
Okay,
tremendously.
that's what I'm looking for. I don't.
Yeah.
I can tell you housing. Those are stats I don't have.
Our firm represents clients across every industry, and
that's logical. That would make sense, right?
There is a tremendous drop, and we're seeing closings as a result. There's closings happening left and right here.
Yeah.
In Charlottesville.
So the question is to our retailer friends.
Those are closing as well.
Our retailer friends, are you starting to see? Well, some of that might just be more cyclical. I mean, let me put it this way: if a retail situation is closing we haven't been over $4 for 2 weeks, 1 week.
This is the first I've seen over $4.
Yeah. So
What's
my
in the
point I'm
last
trying to
24
make
hours,
is,
right, Judah?
So the point I'm making is we were in the threes kind of consistently for a long time.
For a month and change.
Yeah. So if it went over $4, if we're saying $4 is making restaurants close and retail, it's only been a week. They've got other problems other than $4.
No, I don't think the restaurants are closing because it's over $4. I think the restaurants are closing because the death of 1,000 cuts. Restaurants are closing because the first 5 weeks of 2026 we had Snowcrete.
And
we had Snowmageddon.
They've never really recovered from COVID.
Yeah, well, restaurants are closing because of floating debt and debt accrued during the pandemic. Restaurants are closing because labor's obscenely expensive. Cost of goods is obscenely expensive.
The jobs report came in huge this morning.
I'm much less bullish than you on and I respect the fact that you're bullish here, but I mean it's
no, I'm rabbitish.
I respect that you're rabbitish. I respect that you're rabbitish.
I'm just telling you what.
I see it.
I'm just telling you what the
mine's more projecting.
That I get that, but
how can somebody drive? How many?
They just make changes in their lives. Look,
how many miles does it take for you to get from the acres in Lake Monticello to Market Street in this studio?
Yeah. So it's very simple.
Yeah.
My truck burns 1 gallon one way. I burn 2 gallons of fuel if I just go from my house to the office and back. That's $2, so that's $8.
So that's $8.20.
Yeah, well, I filled up at $3.95.
Oh, that's actually $8.40.
I filled up at $3.95, but anyway.
Yeah.
So
right now that is $8.40 if you go round trip.
Soon to be $10 round trip. So what Yonna and I do, and it's interesting because
you carpool.
We carpool.
Yeah.
Also, it's very interesting because this thing that I do, I get to track the ride shares through with the commission, starting to pick up. I test. There's a ride share over by Lake Monticello by the food line on the opposite side. Never seen cars there. I drove in this morning. It was full. So people are changing their lifestyles a little bit, right? They're maybe starting to carpool a little bit, plan a little bit.
I mean, goodness gracious, how does somebody from Waynesboro or Augusta County that needs to drive to Charlottesville?
That's what we talked about.
When does that soften?
At the moment, at this given moment, it hasn't softened real estate anyway.
I spoke to Brenda, the fabulous cashier at Tiger Fuel on Preston. Mm-hmm. She is a wonderful woman. She brightens my day twice a week. I'm often in there on Monday for free coffee Monday. When I fill up, I'm a Tiger Fuel's reward member. And then I'm in there one other day a week, either for gas or a biscuit or something like that. Always wait in line for Brenda because she's so positive and energetic. And she's talking about how she's seeing the Phillips when people go to pay. Normally he's like, let me fill up the tank. Now people are going in and saying,
$20.
I want $20.
Yeah, sure.
I want $15.
Yeah.
No, I want $12.
So,
and she's also saying that the people like the store manager over there was coming in from Dillwyn.
Oh, good Lord. Yeah.
To work the store. I mean, somebody who's living at Lake Monticello, someone who's living at Zion's Crossroads, someone who's living at Waynesboro. I mean, heck, if you're living at Crow's, I was having a conversation with a close family friend whose daughter goes to Henley. And she's right on the county city line where she lives, right in Almora. 30 minutes one way for school drop-off now in Crozet because of traffic. Sure. And the fuel that's being... And these are folks of all walks of financial and socioeconomic life that are literally talking about this.
Of course.
Gas is a tax on everyone.
But gas is something you see every day, right? You don't see the 7% mortgage.
You drive by and see the sign every day.
It's a visual thing, right?
We drive to school in the morning and we say, like, what do you predict gas to be at now, Trey? And Trey and I literally have the conversation every morning about our guess and where gas is.
So why don't we talk about tulips instead of gas? But, or guys with bunny ears. Yeah, but at the moment, it isn't impacting. At the moment, mortgage applications are climbing. They're not decreasing. At the moment, we got inventory building and goes in. We've been waiting for inventory forever. Inventory is starting to show up. I think what is changing is people's processes, right? How that goes. I can tell you in the real estate world, it's very much so. If you and we've been talking about this forever, now is even more the case because you got this psychology of this $4 a gallon of gas, or soon. I think if this doesn't end, it's gonna have a 5 in front of it.
I think it's going to have a 5 in
Yeah,
front of
yeah,
it.
sure. Well, those of us who've lived in Europe for a period of time, none of this number really scares you. This is kind of normal in Europe. You know, it's $5 to $10 a gallon of gas. Has always been that way, depending on where you are in Europe and the taxations and so forth and so on. Oh, by the way, if you're traveling to Europe and you're going, hey, you're paying. But the euro's like 1.25 now, so you're paying 25% more on your dollar, plus you're paying more on fuel. So those were fortunate enough to do that have seen this, and they still buy houses, they still work, they still go through stuff. But look, at the end of the day, if your home isn't in the right look, this is what we're seeing on the ground right now. And this is everybody I'm talking to in the real estate space. If the house is in the right location, isn't priced right, doesn't have the right features, doesn't have the right condition, the timing isn't now because somebody isn't going to buy it. And I got to say this, on the other side really, really matters. Who you're working with on the other side really matters more now than ever. But if you don't hit those first 4, a house is going to sit right now. If you hit those first 4, there's multiple offers. We're getting from our agents in our office talking about, well, I haven't done an appraisal waiver gap this week. In years, I forgot how the language works, right? What's the language for that? Because there's no language in the car, pre-made languages for that. So we have to create our own language through the attorneys on it. So again, we're at this $4. We're approaching $4. But if you're hitting these right 4s, you're still going to sell your home. Buyers are still going to try to buy it. They're just going to change the rest of their life. I think maybe they'll just buy less bunny ears and yellow gloves. And nobody said anything about my bow tie.
We love your bow tie, Keith.
My bow tie and red suspenders. But I hear you, right? This is why I love what we do. You're going to take one approach. I'm going to take a different approach on it, this is awesome.
I mean, my approach is just $4 to $5 gas. My approach is mortgage rates in the 7s again.
It didn't slow it down when it was at the 7s before. It isn't going to slow it down now.
No.
It's just what it's really going to do is hurt who?
It's going to hurt the first-time home buyer and those on the financial margin because they can qualify for a lot less now, and it's just going to make the community more homogenous and wealthy. And I frankly, I'm a little different than you on this. I think it's going to soften the counties that are not adjacent to the epicenter of employment. I cannot imagine a scenario where $5 gas or high $4 gas
that's going to impact,
and a 40-minute drive is going to make sense for anyone's budget.
That's going to So one thing that we know for sure.
Because we do know that remote work is
one of these days I'll finish a sentence.
The remote work is the first fired and last hired.
I love you.
Yes, folks who work remotely are the last hired and first fired. We know that.
Pardon?
Folks who work strictly 100 remotely are last hired and first fired. We know that.
Yeah. So the Easter Bunny is going to jump in here. What that's going to do, it is going to make it so much harder for me to help the first-time home buyer, right? Because the homes that are going to be closer to the epicenter, the people that have the wherewithal to weather this, because this isn't permanent, right? We're not going to be. That's the whole point. We're not going to be at. Again, keep politics out of it. We're not going to be at $4 a gallon, $5 a gallon forever. At some point, this number is going to reverse, right? And we're going to go back down to this, and everybody's going to forget about this whole conversation we're having and forget about, just like I forgot about the last time it was at $4 a gallon. But right now, the people that have the wherewithal that can stomach, that can weather this, they're going to be grabbing the properties, they're going to be grabbing the houses, and the people that can't are going to get pushed further out, which means they're going to spend more money on fuel, they're going to spend more money on mortgages, and then, it's just, it's a horrible, and it's why I spent 15 years doing this, working on this. I'm going next week, which, by the way, I won't be here next Friday.
Neil Williamson is in the house. He's the
Neil
president
Williams will
of
sit
Freedom
on
Press Forum.
but I'm going out to Vegas to talk about this very thing to some national folks and some state folks and some local government folks about how they can help through this model that we built at the land trust, how we can make a difference at it. But at the end of the day, that is super hard, and it's super frustrating for somebody that wants to get somebody. I just put a contract in on the last land trust home that we have available to do yesterday. Young person, and I can't tell you how excited that made me. It wasn't about, hey, I put another one in the sales column and all this stuff. Just the look on this person's face when we signed it, and he looked at me and said, Keith, I thought I would never own a home. The work to get to this point was huge. But we got one person that gets in there, by the way, very similar to this age of, I won't give the age, but it's kind of close to the average.
Average age of the first-time home buyer last year was 40.
Right.
That number is certainly going to creep up this year.
So is the AMI, by the way.
Area median income is released soon, I believe.
No, they've delayed it to May 1st.
Okay.
Normally it's released.
28 days.
It's normally released on April 1st.
Okay.
They delayed it to May 1st, which
125,900 the AMI and the
I
past
thought it was
release.
800, but anyways, close.
Yeah.
No, the number will go
125,900.
up. The number
Yeah.
will go up, and will continue to go up. And why this is important, that's how these affordable housing programs work. But look, I'm looking at this right now. 2 houses went into pending, and 1 house just came on just since we've been sitting here. So there's tempo, there's movement in the market. I think I hear you. To Scott's point, if this drags on for a long time, I think it's going to impact more people. At the moment, it's not impacting the people that have the wherewithal to stomach it.
We learned Wednesday night from the president that this is going to go, the war will continue at least for 3 more weeks. His words.
Well, I can't speak to that, but as somebody who's been through this in 1983 in Beirut, and I know firsthand how this works. The other side gets a vote in this, by the way.
You're saying Iran. Yeah.
In any conflict, the other side always gets a vote in this. So, the choice is what.
You're basically saying it's not a light switch. We just don't flick it off.
The other side always gets a vote in how something is going to end. So I hope that they pick the right choice, but knowing that world the way I do, I would think probably no.
Comments continue to come in.
Yeah. Let's do that. This is fun. Look, I just wanted to have a lot of fun today.
We're doing it.
Not bring people down with $5 of gas, but
everyone knows this is reality.
It's reality.
Regardless of us not talking about gas or not, people are dealing with this, and that's the whole point of Real Talk and what we do.
And we need to be sympathetic to it, empathetic to it, and understanding to it. But at the very moment, if you think this is slowing the real estate market down, you would be wrong.
Yeah.
If anything, it might be picking things up in certain areas.
Well, I think it's picking up with the homes that are on the market that are close to the epicenter, without question.
So what matters?
Location first.
Micro markets matter.
Yeah.
So you're going to start seeing that. But look, I'll leave specifics out of it. Looked at a piece of property very close with the client, very close to town, in a substantial price point. Checked all the boxes, except there was just too much road noise, and they said, no, we're not going to do this. We're going to wait. So that's the mentality of the buyer going on right now. The sellers really haven't caught up to it yet. It's usually normal.
Well, how would you characterize the market? Leaning more to the seller or to the buyer?
You can't. It doesn't work that way any longer.
Okay.
The market doesn't work that way. There isn't this clear division any longer, right? If it meets the yellow fingers of those 6 things, right, on it, the first 4, it's going to sell, period. End of story. If it doesn't, I looked at another piece of property, again, high dollar level in a great neighborhood in the perfect location, had the right location, right price, the condition was horrible and needed hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars of work. And the buyer said, look, I ain't going to do that. I ain't going to do that at 7%.
Yeah.
Right? And I said, look, we'll wait for another one. Different buyers. So these buyer pool out there are way more sophisticated, way more choosy.
Nuanced.
Great word.
Yeah.
That they know what they want. They know what they want to spend on it. They're willing to spend the money, but it better check those 4 boxes. It better be in good condition. It better have the right features. It better be at the right price, and it better be at the right location. And if you do that, you will get multiple offers. You'll have all these weird stuff that we're seeing again, appraisal gaps, no home inspections. That's what's happening in these that check these 4 boxes. Good coffee kick in, by the way.
I like it. You're on fire right now. Viewers and listeners, let us know your thoughts. We'll highlight some of them that are watching the program now. Your brother-in-law is watching the show.
Hey, James.
Bob Yarborough, Waynesboro.
I'm assuming it's James.
Redfield's finest is watching the program. We appreciate you watching the show. Councilor Snook,
Hey.
Brittany Moore, Philip Reese, the chair of the Republican Party, watching the program. DJ Morbely, Christopher Ketchum, watching the program right now. He's a fantastic photographer. Viewers and listeners, Brandon Harrop, watching the program.
Hey,
Katie
Brandon, how are you?
Mullins, watching the program. Travis Hackworth, giving you some props right now. Jesse Rutherford.
Hey,
Love
Jesse. Good to
when-
see you last night, Jesse.
When you watch the program, Jesse Rutherford. You've got folks from Logan Foster, Keller Williams, YRP, Bashir is watching the program, Ness Realty watching the program, Juan Sarmiento watching the program, Matt Neese was tuning into the program.
Hey, Matt. I think Juan is still traveling.
Juan
Last time
Sarmiento, you're traveling?
I believe he's still traveling. Last time I saw, I think he's in either the Caribbean or Costa Rica. I can't remember which one.
Enjoy your trip if you are traveling, Juan. We enjoy you watching the show. Go ahead.
So I just did some, because don't have time, I'm getting ready to leave, just some quick end of quarter stuff.
Please.
Right? So we talked a little bit about this the other day. We just were missing the first couple of days of the quarter. So the way the quarter is ending, car footprint, all product types, right? Attached, detached, condos, new construction, existing. We're up in volume of units of 5.4%. So that's 2025 versus 2026. So 2025, I had 537. We have 566. That's 5.4%. But we're down in pricing. So we're down the median about 5%. The 25 was 479, 480. We're now at 455, 56. Average is a little tighter. We're at 575 last year, 560 now. But what's important, and look, the first quarter is always kind of a wonky quarter to look at. The second quarter is a more healthier quarter to look at it. So I just took a look this morning real quickly, what's in the pending pool, right? What do we got in pending? Some of them will drop out, of course. But I wanted to take a look at what the median pending price is and the average pending, compared it to the end of the quarter. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So at the moment, pending is up about 2.5%. Average is up about 2.25%. Just a little shy of 2.25% on it. So we're starting to increase on the pending sides on it. So I think you'll see at the end of the second quarter, when we get 6 months of numbers to average out, we'll be probably right at where we were in 2025, a little bit above, not much, but a few percentage points up. So again, the market is moving. And so it's interesting, but activity is up. Activity is a little over 5% more units sold.
That's impressive.
Yeah. So inventory. I've been trying to think for 7 years. What was the one topic at one point I banned you for even saying the word.
The word inventory.
Word inventory, right? So we've been talking about constantly for 7 years, inventory. Well, guess what? It's showing up. Inventory's starting to show up.
Vanessa Parkhill, Queen of Earlysville, watching the program. I just paid, are you ready for this? $4.48 for premium at Costco.
Yeah.
She put the comment in the feed, $4.48.
Well, then you have to put a quota on that premium.
For premium
Yeah.
at Costco.
I'm just
Costco's
curious.
the cheap gas.
I was just curious what the regular
What's
gas.
87 at Costco, Vanessa? We'll say it out of curiosity. Jason Howard, the mayor of Rio, he says it's a fantastic time to have a Prius or Tesla for commuting. Personally, I still drive my 2007 Corolla, which gets 40 miles on the highway, 40 miles per gallon.
That would be an interesting stat to see how the sales of EVs are going, because they were dropping, right? Nobody was, because when gas was
Cheap.
$2
Yeah.
or whatever, I'm just real curious on how that's going to go. Look, this is cyclical, just like the pandemic was cyclical, just like
Well, today's the first day we've seen it with a four handle.
Yeah, sure.
This is the real sticker shock is today. Because it's been,
Well,
it's been high twos for...
Is it a sticker shock, or is it, I've been expecting this for at least a week to 2
Oh,
weeks.
this is the definition of sticker shock. Yeah.
Well, sticker shock to me would be...
Shock.
To me...
We were driving in and she goes, oh my God, it's over 4.
Yeah, well...
That's what people are doing.
I
know you expect it because you're a different breed here. And you know,
What are you talking about?
I'm
I'm a bunny breed.
You're a different bunny here. You're a different bunny here. But that's not how most people do not do that.
Sure.
Most people are driving right now to work and be like, they will see the sign and be like, it's 4.
Yeah, well, I get it. So
That's like the sticker shock when Scott was saying with the 7 rates, if that gets into the news cycle.
and it is.
I know it is.
So
From what he said last Friday till today, it happened.
I agree 100%. That's why we bring him on, because
Yeah.
he's pretty good at this
He's good
stuff.
at it, yeah.
But at the moment,
We know.
it's not slowing anything down. At the moment, it'll be really interesting. I'm going to go for my martini tonight, treat myself for a martini at Tavola, which I haven't done in...
Tavola is going to be packed on any Friday night.
Well-
how you need to go there is you need to go there on a Wednesday night and see what it's like on a Wednesday night.
Well, I usually go on Tuesdays, but
Yeah.
anyway.
That's when
But again, town's going to be nuts today, because isn't there like a concert or something?
Luke Holmes, 60,000 people. That's
Yeah.
not a good barometer.
Yeah. Today would be a bad day to go ahead and do that. But here's the point. 60,000 people are still coming at $4 a gas. I've talked to my oldest daughter who drove from New York to Toronto. I said, what the hell are you doing driving? She goes, whatever. So, I think people are, I may be wrong, and people can chime in, but at this very moment, not a lot of people are freaking out. It doesn't feel like everybody's freaking out on it, but I could be wrong. This Easter Bunny's been wrong quite a bit. That's the reason I lose bets regularly.
You won the last bet.
I won the last
Diego
bet,
Wade, you won that bet.
But in 7 years, one?
I think you've won one bet in 7 years. Yeah.
So we'll just
Cindy Riggs is giving you props on the Easter Bunny.
Thank you.
Grammy Ward is giving you props.
Thank you.
Lauren and Ivy's giving you props.
Lauren and
I
know a Lauren and Ivy.
is giving you props right now.
So the question for Lauren is, should I give the bunny ears to Jerry to bring
Oh,
home?
we have.
We have.
Oh my gosh!
got the outfit.
Easter at our house is a mini Christmas.
Yeah, cool.
Genuinely a
Cool,
mini
that's
Christmas.
exciting to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, we'll see how it goes. We're going to track. I'll tell you, it'll be very interesting when I come back from Vegas, because these are all industry folks that we're going to be talking to.
And what they say.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And these are folks from everybody from Hawaii to Maine to Florida, North, Southwest, everybody. These are all CEOs in the industry and so forth and so on. So I'll be really, really interested to see what the feedback that they are seeing. My suspicion is it'll be very market driven. So that's also the big difference about the real estate market now. Certain states are doing terrible, certain states are doing great on it, certain locations within the state are doing great, but we shall see.
This comment's come in, and it's not like you can just go to the outer county for more affordable housing and work remotely, as Keith is saying.
But there's
because
nothing-
not all the areas have the internet we need to work there.
1,000%, except
Nelson County.
Nelson County,
Yeah.
Fluvanna.
Yeah.
All of Fluvanna has broadband. All of Nelson has broadband. Louise, a good percentage of it does. Greene County's kind of getting there. The county that, frankly, has holes in it is Albemarle County.
Yeah, Albemarle. Well, it's so vast. Urban rings broadband up, but you go deep into Albemarle County, you're right.
That and sell.
Yeah.
And what is the number one thing that when I'm talking to people, what they need right
How's
now?
the cell service?
How's cell service? How's the broadband?
Yeah.
It is replaced water and sewers, replaced electric. It is a utility that people need to have. Not even if you're working home, just to watch television now, right? Everybody needs broadband. Everybody needs internet service. I will tell you though, Starlink, starting to see a lot of that out there in those remote sections.
This question's come in. Does he expect the demand to continue because of what Jerry said, the impact of new workers in biotechnology locally?
Yeah.
You want to highlight that?
Yeah. I mean, it'll be interesting.
We're at the highest level in the 30 years since September of last year.
Quantify that?
The 30-year mortgage is at its highest level since September of last year.
I missed the other part on that. So, look, to take your position a little bit, and to take what Scott said, if this $4 or $5 of gas goes on for months, that could impact this market, housing market. I still think the buyer pool is so deep, the inventory pool is so narrow, so shallow. There will be buyers and sellers that are prepared to do that. There'll be maybe more negotiations, right? The buyers may be in a better position, for something that hits the first four rights, right, to go ahead and do that. But we're not quite there yet. We're not at that particular point yet. I think whatever we're dealing with right now with fuel, I think is cyclical. I think it's going to change at some point, working its way down. Who knows? That said, all these jobs are still coming.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's $5 a gallon. Doesn't matter if it's $4 a gallon. Doesn't matter if it's $2.50 a gallon. Doesn't matter if it's 75 cents a gallon. By the way, I remember. So, they're coming. What we have here, and this is the Easter Bunny's opinion on this, is we have an inventory problem. We have a limited known quantity of homes, of residences, of houses for people to buy. There's a known quantity. That quantity is increasing very small amounts, right? Percentage-wise, a very small amount. Our increase of people coming here and an increase of people with six-figure plus jobs is growing faster than that percentage. And I'm not that smart, but I'm smart enough to know that if one is this much and the other one is that much,
it's going to have an impact.
It's going to have an impact. So the yellow hands helped us. One is this much and one is that much. What? If
one kid only gets this much candy and the other kid gets a lot of candy, you're going to have an issue.
Right. Yes, this feels like a Sesame Street moment.
That's totally what it is. This is a Sesame Street thing.
And
you got the yellow gloves on.
I got the yellow gloves. And don't call me Big Bird. So if the inventory is this much and growing a little bit like this, and the type of inventory, the buyer here wants a very specific type of product, which is getting smaller, and this is getting bigger.
We got something going on.
Which is better. This is better. Now, if it starts going like this being inventory, this being the buyer, what year is that called? 2007, 2008, and 2009. That's why, at the moment, we're never going to go back there because of this difference in inventory. So this is Econ 101, right? Inventory's here. Buyers is there. All the stuff about gas and 7%.
The coffee's kicked in.
The coffee's totally kicked in. Well, it might have a little bit of something extra in it. Bailey's, right? So it's close to. So all this other stuff, this other noise stuff, right? Gas, war, yada yada yada, isn't impacting. Maybe it went down a little bit, but we still got more buyers than we got inventory.
Keith Smith. Flies by, right?
Oh, God, look at that. Yeah. What are you doing other than Easter? Anything special?
She's got significant plans for us this weekend.
Cool to watch you and Trey on the squash courts.
it's been-
That is a lot of fun.
It's been a blast.
You know,
It's very good.
I'll get this out there. People should take some time to watch how you interact with your son.
Oh, thank you.
It tells a very much so real story of who you are.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
Right.
I love.
This is a different us, right? You know, if you watch how we hang out with grandkids and kids and stuff like that. But if you really want to,
the boys are great.
if you really want to know who Jerry Miller is, just check out his feed and take a look at it. Don't ask his wife, by the way.
I'm good. I'm good either way. Either way, I'm good.
I'm trying to give you a compliment.
I appreciate that, and I enjoy very much enjoy spending time with my family and our boys. It's been a blast. You are heading to Richmond.
I just got a ratified contract sitting here.
Is that right?
Yeah, literally just got.
You got a ratified. Congratulations.
Yeah. So my point is,
Movement. You got movement. Trust me, I'm with you, man.
It's
What is our business.
what is the market doing?
It's hopping.
It's hopping.
Hopping along.
It's
It's
hopping
hopping along. Trust me, I'm with you. I
Yeah,
want it to be. I want it to be exactly how you described, Keith.
But think about this conversation you and I are having right now, and think about it in the context of the 7 years. It takes me sometimes about an hour to warm up.
Okay.
Think about it in the what has happened in the last 7 years that everybody said this would destroy the housing market. We had a pandemic,
Okay.
right? You know, we had a contentious election.
Had a war.
We actually had 2 contentious elections.
Yeah.
Right. We had a war. We were in war.
Now we got another one.
Now we got another one.
Yeah.
Right. We've had.
What's going on? Is the Iranian war just now trumped, pun intended, the Ukrainian war? We don't even talk about Russia-Ukraine anymore. What's going on with Russia-Ukraine?
It's going on.
So long.
Is Russia-Ukraine just now no longer the darling of legacy media, and that's why it doesn't exist? I mean, they're still at war, are they not?
I think so.
They are definitely still at war.
But no one talks about Russia-Ukraine anymore.
It's funny how that works, huh?
No one talks about the Ukrainian president. Now it's just Iran.
And $4 or $5 are worth the gas.
What happened to the Ukraine-Russia war?
Well, yeah, it's who was it? Reagan that says. I can't remember who was it. Who was that said is the economy stupid?
Yeah, James Carville.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
There you go. Also a Marine. So my point is over the years that we've been sitting across from each other, we've been constantly having these conversations about what's going to implode the housing market. To this moment, as long as there's this much inventory and this many people wanting to buy houses, all that other stuff is good. You know, we need to talk about, but it hasn't changed that trajectory at this very moment. It could change. Always can be.
Your weekend plans?
We're having folks over to that. I've got a couple of long bike rides planned because I'm going to bring my bike out west and I'm going to do some bucket list rides out there with 10,000. 10,000 total. Anyway, a bunch of climbs. Anyway, I'm excited about doing it.
He's Keith Smith. He's the star of Real Talk with Keith Smith. Next Friday, Neil Williamson.
Neil is going to be in here. I am sure Neil's going to pick up the yes/no redistricting thing. I was going to touch on that.
Gerrymandering or redistricting. We also will talk with Neil, as we've corresponded yesterday, about the Albemarle County Board of Supervisors in unanimous fashion agreeing to allow the North Point developer to expand its housing footprint. The North Point developer asked for less commercial that was already pre-approved and to substitute the commercial for additional housing units.
Yep.
So that's something, it's about 106, 107 additional housing
You know the
units.
background for that, right?
I do, yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's something that he wants to talk about next Friday, which is an important storyline.
I've had a couple of conversations with the developer and the land trust, so we're going to be, when I get back, helping them meet their affordable housing goals.
Excellent. That's been in the news, so we'll set that stage tomorrow or next Friday.
Cool.
You were on fire today. You were hoptastic.
Hoptastic.
Yeah.
Have a great Easter. Everybody have a great Easter. Have a great Passover. You know, hug and love on the people that are in your lives, man.
Amen, brother. Keith Smith, Judah Wickhauer's behind the camera. Freshly trimmed beard today, Judah Wickhauer. My name is Jerry Miller. This is Real Talk with Keith Smith. The show is archived at realtalkwithkeithsmith.com, and the I Love CVille show is up at 12:30. So long, everybody.
Take care, guys.
Nicely done, Keith.
Thank you, sir.